Hello, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Well, the day has officially arrived. It is the 21st of July, which means rookies will be reporting to training camp today. Oh, excitement. We are finally going to get some NFL football, or some facsimile or resemblance of NFL football. We don't know what we're going to get yet, but we're going to get something. Now, in kind of a Captain Obvious moment, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we did get some news from, the state of New Jersey and the state of New York saying that they are not going to be allowing stands and fans in the stands for the NFL games in New York, New Jersey area. And like I said, it's kind of a Captain Obvious duh moment, because we should have all known this, because basketball's not going to have fans. Baseball's not going to have fans. Do you really think the NFL was going to have fans? So to me, it is non-news, but it is something that we have to report on and say, yeah, this is what's happening. But honestly, I don't think there was really anyone out there that really thought we were going to be sitting in the stands for an NFL game this season. I'll just be happy if they start playing the games this season. I'm not worried about sitting in the stands. I'm worried about the games. That's all I care about right now. But rookies are reporting to camp. Oh, the excitement. And of course, our old buddy Joe Judge had his first team meeting today, which was to be the 20th. And now the rookies are coming in. And I was thinking about this. We've done a rookie breakdown before. And like I said, I have never been a huge fan of all the picks from the Giants draft, and it's not something I hide. I think that pick 1 and 2, rockstar, beyond rockstar. I think those are cornerstone picks, cornerstone players that will be with the team, hopefully 10-year pros, maybe 5 of those season Pro Bowlers or a couple All Pros thrown in there between, but they are rock star picks. That's, of course, Andrew Thomas and Xavier McKinney. And I'm not even going to get into what we think they're going to do, because I think we beat that horse enough. But then I kind of go down the line, and you look at them, and, Holmes I can understand, and we've talked about it before. We understand the Holmes pick. It was not a pick of need. It was a pick of talent. And I think he is a talented player. The Matt, I always think his name is Pert. I don't know how to say his name. Matt out of Connecticut. We'll call him Matt out of Connecticut. This is like a call-in show from WFAN Sports. Yeah, and we have on the phone now, right now, Matt from Connecticut. Matt is a big guy, not statured-wise, but height-wise. Thin frame. He is projected. He was projected anywhere between late 4th, mid 5th round. So and everyone, all the scouts that I've talked to have said he may have talent, but the problem right now, he has a very slight frame, and they are concerned that he can hold his own against the run in the NFL. And they all say he's a project pick. He's a guy that's going to be, maybe he could be 3 years down the road. But like I said, if we hit on him, that's something else. Even if it is a couple of years down the road, we may have a diamond in the rough. Now, one of the picks that I really, and like I said, we're gonna go over a couple players that I think, outside of the first 2, may potentially help the Giants significantly in 2020. And one of the players, which I think people are going to laugh at because I hated the pick, and I still do, is the Carter Coughlin pick. We picked him up in the 7th round. I just think he's a better player than maybe I gave him credit for. I did not know that he turned down Urban Meyer, at Ohio State, to play basically in his hometown in Minnesota. Now, he's definitely quick. I think he's got 4, 5, 7 speed, and he had the ability to create turnovers in college, and he made a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage. Now, does that mean that's going to translate into the NFL? No, of course not. but I could see him as a potentially substitutional linebacker in certain packages that would allow Patrick to use his skill set to get to the pass rush. I mean, to create the pass rush. Because we've talked about it before. If we don't have, any type of impact player on the edge, we're going to need to generate a rush from somewhere. We are going to have to take a myriad of players and turn them into something special in special packages. Like I said, we did the whole video on where we basically said this is going to be a situational defense or situational players. And I think maybe Carter Coughlin, after breaking it down a little bit more and watching a little bit more film, he may be able, even as a 7th round pick, he may be someone that can come in and really create an impact. Now, the other player that I'm curious about and interested to see what happen is Shane Lemieux. Shane. The plan has always been, I think, and we could be wrong, is to put Shane over at the center position. And again, it's a position that he never played. Pulley currently right now is the starter. Gates has played center before, but I would not say that is his strongest position. But Lemieux has the size, has the strength, and I think he has the tenacity to play well on the line and possibly play well in the center position. The problem is, if we took him, he's a guard, and we got Zyler and Hernandez. And I don't think he's a player that's going to be a backup. I think he may be a backup the first couple of weeks, but you don't take a guy not as early as we did. We didn't take him too early, but you don't take a guy like Shane Lemieux and don't think that he is going to have some type of contribution to the team. And I honestly think that potentially, if we look at it, I mean, if he can show some knack for playing the center position, I really think that he could be a steal. And, he could be a steal in the 5th round. And I really think it's going to be interesting to see how he picks up the center play, because center is not an easy position to play. Center, to me, especially outside of the quarterback, to me, you're the line general. You got the cadence, you got the count, you're making sure everyone's in formation. You really need to have your head screwed on right. And, like I said, that's asking a lot from a college guard to come into the NFL and play center. Can he do it? I don't know, but I'll be very curious to see. Now, one other player that I want to talk about, and we've talked about it before, and we talked about it briefly a minute ago, was Holmes. Holmes at this, when we first drafted him, did not make any sense in my regard. I mean, it made sense of the fact that you took a talented player. But the problem is, you got Sam Beal, you got Corey Ballantyne, you got James Bradbury, we had DeAndre Baker. But after the whole DeAndre Baker fiasco, Holmes is looking more and more like, we may need him. And, and I want to think that maybe, is he going to be someone that comes in the nickel? Is he going to try to be someone that, will he be in the slot? I don't know. I'm curious to see, could he have the potential to win the second corner spot on the team? You don't know, because stranger stuff has happened. Like I said, I have to admit, maybe I was wrong about the rookie class, because, outside, now, one thing I was not wrong about was was Brown, Brunson, Crowder. I mean, and like I said, you're drafting linebackers because of the fact that you don't have, that just tells me that you're drafting all these guys because of the fact that you don't think you have any linebackers in regards to the backup positions. I mean, you don't take 4 guys in the 7th round at the linebacker position if you think your depth is there. Now, that's all there is to it. I mean, again, it's nothing against the guys that we took. I think Crowder, and I really do think TJ Brunson probably would have been undrafted free agents if we didn't sign them. So, like I said, to me, if you're taking that many guys in the 7th round, you're just throwing out flyers and you're hoping someone picks it up. And you never know. I mean, Cam Brown, he didn't have a phenomenal. He had a good career at Penn State. Didn't have a phenomenal career at Penn State. I don't think his talents are going to transfer over into the NFL. But again, like I said, I could be wrong. But like I said, I do find that their drafted rookie class, and we're not even going to get into the undrafted free agents that we signed, but I really do think that the the drafted free agents that we brought in could potentially, like I said, it almost reminds me in some ways of the 2007 draft class with Jerry Rice. It's a lot of guys we didn't really know a lot about who turned around and made contributions to the team. Same thing in 2011. So could potentially Gettleman have found 3-4 gems in this class? I really hope he has. And I am really curious and I'm really pumped to see exactly what's going to go on. And we're going to try to report things from training camp every day. We have a contact in the building that we are going to try to get information from. We're probably not going to get any more information that you're probably going to see on Google, but we'll try to give our perspective on some things. We'll try to uncover a couple things. We'll work a couple sources, but I'm hopefully thinking we can find some information, during training camp. And like I said, the rest of the camp is supposed to report on the 28th. As you can see, they have already made headway in reference to the coronavirus testing and everything else. Like our source said, that there's no way the NFL was going to allow this to slide and not start the season on time if possible. I think they weren't going to let us, like we were calling it the coronavirus collective bargaining agreement, stop them from getting guys in camp. We'll also be interested to see when we start signing our players, because right now none of our rookie class is signed, so we'll be curious to see them. It is a weird off season. It is a weird start of camp, but I'm excited. I'm pumped that this has started, and we can kind of just go from there. And again, follow us on Twitter at OnlineBigBlue1. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know what that means. That'd be awesome.